From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, this is Jonathan Blaze with the weekly weather briefing for Central North Carolina through April 24th. Let's go ahead and just get started and jump right into our slides here. On the weather map this week, we have a low pressure area actually developing across the Carolina coast this morning. That storm system, as shown in the upper left panel here, will move northeast and off the mid-Atlantic coast tonight. In its wake, cool high pressure across the plains will build east. But before that, we'll have a widespread area of rain and embedded rain showers and even some thunderstorms near the coast move across central and eastern North Carolina, really through mid to late afternoon, with the rain kind of ending from west to east. As that storm system exits, again, high pressure will build in with cool and pleasant temperatures, although chilly in the mornings, with the coldest morning likely being on Wednesday morning. We may have a little frost in the area, at least a risk for frost in the western and northern portions of the area with that system. A frontal system will approach our area from the north and northwest on Friday into Saturday. It looks like it'll stall out near the DC area, so we don't expect any precipitation with that, although the placement of that front will need to be monitored. However, south of that front in the warmer air mass, the developing area of high pressure will strengthen and intensify, and we actually expect temperatures to surge into the 80s on Saturday and into Sunday, and probably the warmest temperatures of the year, or at least for the season, across much of the area for Sunday into Monday. Quick look at the radar and temperatures across North Carolina. This view was just from a few minutes ago at about 11:15. You see a large area of rain across much of the Piedmont area of North Carolina, another area near the coast of rain. Interestingly enough, if you look, we see temperatures in the upper 30s in the mountains, and I believe there's snow falling in some of the mountains of at least western Virginia, perhaps even a little snow in the North Carolina mountains. But for us, a very chilly rain across the area with temperatures only in the lower 40s in the Triad, a little bit warmer, but still chilly out in the coastal plain with temperatures in the 50s. Anyways, this large area of rain has been locally heavy at times. We've had over an inch of rain in the Triad, lesser amounts to the east where the rain's been a little bit more scattered, but this will be shifting north and northeast for the next several hours. We expect the back edge of the rain to be pushing through the Triad area here by early to mid-afternoon, probably mid to late afternoon in the Triangle area. And out on the coastal plain and up toward Roanoke Rapids, that rain may linger through the late afternoon, but certainly close to sunset, we expect everyone should be dry. With that storm system, we don't expect any strong storms in central North Carolina, although right along the coast, there is a limited risk of some stronger and possibly severe thunderstorms in the warmer and more unstable air mass. And then after today, we don't have any really threat of any showers or convection in central North Carolina into the weekend into early next week. So no risk in terms of severe weather. In terms of excessive rain, no widespread significant risk of flash flooding today. We have seen streams and creeks rise out in the Triad with the significant rain out there, although the rain should be limited enough in duration and intensity to preclude any flash flooding. Really just a much needed welcome rain for many of us here in central North Carolina. Looking at the precipitation forecast from the Weather Prediction Center, this is through the next 5 days, and the only day we expect precipitation over the next 5 days and really for the next week or so is today. The forecast map here shows a general 1 to 1.5 inches of rain across much of central and eastern North Carolina. It's likely that the amounts here in the Fayetteville, perhaps Wilmington, up to Goldsboro area may be a little bit overdone in this forecast here, as they haven't had that much rainfall thus far today. And it looks like the heaviest rain will stay in an axis from like Charlotte and the Triad up across Raleigh and up toward Roanoke Rapids. But still, everyone should see a significant rainfall today. A few places may have as much of as 1.5 inches, really. But most locations maybe 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches. As I noted earlier, Wednesday morning should be the chilliest morning of the upcoming week or so, and we have temperatures forecast in the mid 30s across much of the interior Piedmont and the northern coastal plain up near the Virginia border counties. This forecast and these temperatures are likely to be revised a little bit, but wouldn't surprise us in much of the triad outside of the cities and certainly up toward the Virginia border that we have a decent chance of some frost in these areas. We'll be monitoring that with today's forecast update and again tonight. Down toward Fayetteville and Clinton, any risk of frost will be a little bit more limited, but still, if you're in one of those colder spots that tend to be a little colder than many of your neighbors, I would be prepared for at least a risk of some frost on Wednesday morning. And as noted, much warmer conditions will arrive this weekend, Saturday, and especially Sunday. The high forecast for Sunday shown in the lower right, and we have forecast highs of 85 in Greensboro, 87 in Raleigh, and 89 in Fayetteville. And I took a quick look earlier this morning. It looks like the warmest temperature we've had out in Greensboro thus far this season was 81, so we should preclude that on Saturday and especially Sunday. And I believe in Raleigh and Fayetteville, the warmest temperature we've had thus far this year was 84, 85, so we should exceed that as well. These warm temperatures are likely to continue into Monday and potentially Tuesday, but certainly Saturday, Sunday, and Monday should be feature some very warm temperatures. As we go beyond that into the end of April into just the first part of May, we should see a little bit more of a cooling trend or temperatures bounce back to more normal. So don't be surprised if that warm surge we get late this week kind of tapers off a little bit with cooler temperatures expected late this month and potential for above normal precipitation during that period as well. Looking at the drought outlook, the drought monitor page showed very little changes this past week from the previous week, with the driest conditions noted across our coastal plain locations, where severe drought is actually noted from just east of Rocky Mount down to Goldsboro and even into portions of Sampson and Cumberland counties out further west. We've had much more rainfall over the past several months, and drought conditions aren't noted there. So today's rainfall will be much appreciated and helpful in these areas. Unfortunately, these are locations likely to see the lesser amounts of rain today, so that's of some concern. And then again, we'll be drying out and don't expect much rainfall really for the remainder of this week into early next week. So today's rainfall is pretty much what we got for the next 6, 7, 8 days. Quick look at the summary here. Widespread rain again today, an average of an inch, inch and a half of rainfall across much of the area through the afternoon. And then we expect a prolonged period of dry weather possible into the early part of next week. Next organized chance of rainfall, if that front on Friday and Saturday doesn't get us, which it doesn't look like, next real chance would probably be Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Chilly lows in the mid-30s across much of the interior Piedmont and northern coastal plain will pose a risk of frost on Wednesday morning. And after that, dry weather with a warming trend into this weekend and early next week. Again, warmest temperatures of the season are expected on Sunday and Monday. That is it for our weekly briefing. I'll stand by here for any questions. Otherwise, I wish everybody a good day and stay dry today if you can, and stay warm with the chilly temperatures. And we'll talk to you again soon. If you ever have any questions or need us, reach out to us. You feel free to give us a chat, give us a call, or reach out to us how you normally would for any special needs or requests you have. Have a great week.